Hello, YouTube. Conscious Truth Seeker here. Hey, I realize I can flip back and forth probably while I'm videotaping. That's pretty cool. So as you can see, going to my appointment I have. I'm off for the day. Um, Usually it is on. Oh man, yeah, no, yeah, Tuesday. Today Tuesday or Wednesday? Today's Tuesday. Okay, yeah. Tuesday. Oh, we're getting this like second little storm. We got one, and then this other one. They canceled school, um, and I have like normally this is like even in good weather is like a 45-minute drive from North Adams area to Pittsfield, Massachusetts, because you got to go like basically driving like around a whole big mountain to get there. So. um, but yeah, man, damn, it's like for it to be getting this bad in the middle of the day is rough. I got like there's almost no traction, and this is like a main road. Um, it's not even like the side streets are just completely covered. You gotta have like a snowmobile to get down them things. But anyways, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. YouTube and everything and all the censorship. You know, I do think that sadly, in a way, it works to get people that are just out there trying to be manipulative and just trying to take advantage of people instead of really um, being logical and passionate about their studies and what they've come to understand. Um, Sometimes it is hard because when you get brought up in this world, you get indoctrinated into playing these parts, and you get totally absorbed into the acting as if, you know, fake it till you make it, and you never see fake it till you make it is legit, and it works if you legit intend on making it. That's the intent of follow through and success. That that's a legitimate practicing to succeed. That's a legitimate trying. When you do something and you don't put your effort into it, that's not trying to do things, you know. And like it's it, you know. Now that I'm raising children, and it's kind of like a beautiful journey together because I didn't have it wasn't like I had a irregular child. Everyone has different things going on. I just had like it's kind of a latchkey type of kid, you know, and I grew up fast, and I you know, I had the wits and the mentality somewhat to do it, so that's how it was. Um, it's both a good and bad thing. I still maintained my innocence and my sense of wonder, and you know, I would get patronized by friends and stuff. Like even my best friend, I remember he used to lie to me all the time about silly shit. But I used to like. It's cool to get enthralled and into the magic of the wonder of a you know, good story. See, I have always been into that, and I've been good with my words, and better than the average bear with my linguistics, right? So, like, I talk the way I talk because it's a dumbed down societal version, instead of using your eloquent vernacular and moving around and feeling the flow and being descriptive. I want to find inside of me like that control, that ability to slow down and be in the moment and enjoy it and make the different choices and really own what you got to do. I just got a little scared. It was slippery, man. I'm trying to stop at this red light. Damn, man. Boy, that scared the shit out of me. This big clunky Impala's like front wheel drive. It's alright in the snow. But it's shit. Be like a sled. I'm in Santa's sled. It's a big red Impala. Oh boy. So just like wrapping my head around that, because I always felt so competitive. So I latch onto that ability because competitive and kind of obsessive to detail, and it worked to my benefit with what I do for, in the culinary arts. I mean, there's so much opportunity out there. It's kind of like working as it's kind of like being a rock star. Like, I played music too when I was a kid. I wish I could have really went off in that direction. See, there's things that I look back on and I understand now. I'm like, how I could never see a kid with talent like I had and let that go to waste, man. You gotta nurture that, get them around the right people, positive musicians. And you get around these fakers that sit around and you're smoking blunts all day and you're not getting nothing done, man. Never getting motivated. That's how it was for me. It's sad, dude. Like, we got a good band, we made some progress. We bought like these 2 storage units and we knocked down the wall in between them, got permission from the owner, and soundproofed the whole thing, and built a room for the boards and a booth for the vocals. And it just seemed like we were looking for people to come, and like, we had all that. We were going to shows and meeting people and telling the bands, we're going to try to break out on the scene. We're coming, we're doing some things. And we just never got it together, man. Sad. And I tried out at Berkeley in 7th grade. We got invited. Some of the key, high-level musicians throughout the surrounding areas get invited to go to Berkeley and try out for a free summer program, and I was one of those people. Me and my friend got picked together, and we tried out together. I guess they didn't kind of like that, but and then I played a little bit on my own with them too. I don't know. I just wish I had done differently. My mind wasn't in the right place. It was in all that ignorance of it. But the heart was there. You know what I mean? That's the problem. The passion and the heart was there. I was so in love with music enough to spend all those days, and I mean, it wasn't hours. It was days and days and days and days and days. It was when you start to do something with passion and love, it becomes a lifestyle. You're up there playing music. I'm blasting music, playing along to every song on the radio. My neighbors people I wasn't even social with, go to school with me, live down the street, and they're like, yeah, I hear Henny, I want to start dancing, man, and shit. I hear him playing from down the street. Those are good memories, but it's like, the separation of our mind and spirit, that's what I'm trying to get to here, guys. It's a big deal in the world. And I thank anybody for being patient enough to sit through this video for the past 10 minutes of all this crap. But Everyone's doing these live streams. I haven't had the ability. I've had no equipment. I got a $30 iPhone 6 Plus that I'm shooting this on. It's making all the difference. You know, it's awesome, amazing. I'm stoked. Yeah, this is terrible, horrible weather, whiteout conditions. It's not going to let me flip back and forth again, but I could probably turn it around and show you guys. This is just ridiculous. I'll show you right now. This is what I'm dealing with. Yeah, so it's pretty rough. You know, the community and just like the truth community. We got Brian Stavely and Karen B and all that, and it's just like some people seem to be fighting, like for something, like almost like the same as the controllers fiend for attention and control. They're doing the same thing coming in here. I'm not judging them personally. I'm just saying, like, using them as an example of where the line's getting close. I'm not saying they're actually guilty of this. I'm saying it seems close sometimes now that I'm having some foresight and looking back on this stuff, and they're battling some of these people that are just doing their own thing and letting, you know, it's like things come natural. And you know, the best beautiful art and most fulfilling stuff was some of the good times I had. I played with famous musicians and stuff that I just happened upon in a bar, and I played with them or whatever, and it was just like go and play like 7-8 songs, and they're like, damn, you're good, kid. And you're like, no one's ever gonna believe that. And it was like, I don't have it on camera. It wasn't those days. You didn't have that shit. It was like, that shit was just coming out when that stuff happened to me. Things like that. I'm getting older now. I'm not out there being social. I'm not out there. I'm just focusing on being still and trying to raise my family and make sure my kids grow up to not get that ultimate division, that ultimate split of your mind, your spirit, and your spirit and your mind. What was I saying earlier? Yeah, whatever, however I said it. But it's your mind and your spirit, yeah. Your heart and your soul, your mind and your spirit. It's like they have to come together. Like a man and a woman comes together, your mind and your heart have to come together in agreement. That's where our discernment works. Now they don't map your heart like that because it's pumping. But the mind is a physical representation of this toroidal field that's being generated from your heart that probably has 2 hemispheres and probably is similar to the brain. But it works differently. And, we're so dumb and ignorant and full of ourselves that we want to proclaim everything to be as we say it is, and that we know it all. We know nothing, dude. The people that know nothing and can take a look at what they feel in their heart to be true, those are the people to look out for, that you can learn from, man. I mean, you don't have to agree with everything people say, but you find your own truths and your own answers in what they're going through. That's why if we honestly all share our truths, we're good. But we got people out here, like I was just saying, that they're fucking putting an algorithm on this shit, like the elites do. They fucking find out a way to simulate what's natural. You can make everyone love you and use all the right thumbnails and say all the right things and create all the intrigue you want. and be the top 10, one of the top 10, and oh, I did it. Yeah, anyone can do that. That's the point. That's artificial. That's like, some of your artists are like that. They just do it like a job. They went to school, they study it. It's just how we have fun manipulating people using art and playing with their emotions and their senses and shit. And whoever likes what they see is they buy it. But that's what I'm saying. It goes beyond that. They literally can do that. They can manipulate you with your senses and your emotions through artwork. Then you get people that want to make things happen, that like CERN and shit, that we're hiring artists. Guys, NASA, artists, the vision. Do you have the vision? I have a lot of visions. And I always was a wanter, and I wanted him. Somebody told me that was one of the seeds that was planted. They said, Henry, you're just a wanter. You're like, yeah, because I was hurt. I was so hurt and broken and I couldn't seem to bring it together too great, or I would self-destruct on my own. I would build something up just to tear it down. There was such a demon inside of me, there was such a curse laid upon me, and I bought into it. You have, see, we all get caught up in that, and we all get caught up in our butthurt feelings. When you balance that mind and that spirit, that heart and that soul, you might seem a little cold, but it's just because you're not being swayed by every little manipulation that you see. You have the path is straight and narrow. See, I'm learning these things as I'm making these videos, guys. God just spoke that to me. I've been thinking about how people hear God's voice, and that's when you get all that knowledge and you're pondering on it and you're putting it together and you're talking about it or with a friend and you just feel that spirit flowing. That's the fire of the Holy Spirit. And I'm not even religious, man, but I don't believe anything the church tells you, because they're full of shit. Anything man puts their hands on ends up perverted by, but there is some truth and some holiness out there. There's some honesty. There's people out there that are just doing what they love and hoping you accept it. And they're going to do it whether you love it or not anyway. So might as well, look at Mac DeMarco. Perfect example. He really does not care what you think about. He's a musician, and he's Mac DeMarco, in Canada, I think. He's in there just experimenting with all these awesome, beautiful instruments and old style ways of everything's like real analog computer. He's got just everything. He's got computers too, but he's using all these other options, and he's making these authentic old style sound and stuff, different stuff, jam band stuff. But he doesn't care. He's just doing what he's doing, experimenting, learning and loving and learning and making something out of that. And that's beautiful. And that's authentic, man. He's just doing what he loves. There's a lot of people out there doing what they love, It's just I would never let somebody, I swear, if I can do anything, man, for anybody, if there's somebody out there, if you're struggling, you got an opportunity to go play with some band or something, you got to talk to people, man, get your stuff together. I missed out. I had a band that's still around now that's had record deals and then touring, and I think it was, what was their name? Gone Baby Gone. They're from LA, I think, but they scouted me in Orlando, and I just didn't have my shit together, man. It's sad. They're like, we heard you were so great. We heard you're really good, man. We want to check you out. Our drummer's going to be leaving. That happened a few times, man. I just wasn't ready. I had too much emotional struggle, man, to deal with anything like that. And I wasn't socially into anything like to where I wasn't where it was going to happen anyway. Or, like, see, some people, they put on this show is what I'm saying, guys. You know, Kurt Cobain was against all the shit. All corporate, all the shit. He was dying to be famous, though. Like, it's just dying. It's like, it's a paradox. It says all paradoxes can be, there's a different word for it, but they all can be solved. Just constantly trying to drop myself down into a deep meditative resonation, you know, in different periods of the day to try to, while I'm listening or whatever, but, you know, I don't want to get too scattered on you guys, but, you know, it's just, I had brought myself so close to death so many times, and I haven't escaped it totally. We're all just living day to day. Like, that's the point. It brought me close enough to see the day by day and one day at a time, and you're not promised tomorrow, you know, and like almost ruining it out of my own stupid mental retardation, my own hate for myself. It gives you an appreciation to do better now, beyond, you know, and I try to inspire other people. I come off a little rough, but it's meant to be that way. I don't like to beat around the bush. I like to cut right to the chase. I don't want to bullshit nobody, you know. It's okay to just be who you are. That's the best way to be. Some of the people that are who we are still looking at everyone else once in a while, wondering who we're trying to be. I haven't felt freedom like I feel in my life right now, ever. 37 years old. It's been a couple, 2 or 3 years. It's been a year or two, I'd say. I wouldn't give myself that much credit. Of like solid, like fat bank account, life savings building, like working on my credit, like stuff like that. Like, man, I had to ride a motorized GoPed scooter down the road at one point to get to work because I had no license. Like, the stupidest shit that I punished myself and put myself through. We're just simply one action away. All you gotta do is learn, because there's a switch in your head. You know, now that I see it, that people make these on and off switches when they have to decide to do something. And they don't even realize it. And when you do that procrastination switch in your head and you say, no, okay, I'll wait. Oh, do you need that? Okay, hold on a second. Like, unless you're going to right on to working on it, you're making an off switch, a screw up switch in your head. So, I don't know, guys. Just stay conscious. Wake up. Don't be afraid to realize how much you're being controlled, and if you're not using your freaking head, dude. Stay conscious. Stay seeking the truth. Peace out.